So I stumbled upon this concept of DriftDB, an append-only database that has built-in time travel capabilities. Time travel in databases? What even?
Right? It's like having a time machine for your data. But how does that even work? I'm curious about the technical side of things.
Well, it's written in Rust, which is known for its safety and speed. So I guess it ensures that data integrity is a top priority, but I wonder about performance issues.
Totally. That's interesting because guaranteeing immutability also sounds heavy. If you have a lot of rights, doesn't that create bloat?
Exactly, it makes me think about how much historical data is stored versus what's actually useful. Is it worth it to keep all that old data?
Good point. But then again, having the ability to query any point in history could be invaluable for certain applications, like audits.
Right, especially for industries where compliance is critical. Still, can you really trust everything from the past? What about data corruption or errors?
That's a valid concern. The immutable audit trails should help with that, but I wonder how they handle conflicting historical data.
I guess it depends on how they resolve those conflicts. It's like how historians interpret events differently depending on new evidence.
Exactly. And if there's no consensus on what the true version of events is, how do you handle that in a database context?
That leads to this fascinating idea of truth in data. Wait, does DriftDB prioritize certain sources over others? That could be problematic.
Right? We could open a huge ethical can of worms there. But the concept of guaranteed data integrity does sound appealing.
Definitely. Still, what if the data you're querying from wasn't reliable to begin with? It's like building a castle on sandy foundations.
So true, it feels like a double-edged sword. The promise of time travel in databases is enticing, but with great power comes great responsibility.
Absolutely, and then you have to consider the learning curve involved. Would traditional database users struggle with this new approach?
That's a real question. Adopting a completely different paradigm could alienate non-technical users. How do you make it user-friendly?
Right, and what happens if a user makes a mistake while using that time travel feature? Can they undo it, or are they stuck in that timeline forever?
Good grief, can you imagine? That would be a nightmare. Maybe they need a failsafe or a sandbox mode to experiment safely.
Now that would be smart. It's like giving users the freedom to explore without the fear of messing things up completely.
And if they can experiment without consequences, you might actually see more innovative uses for the technology.
That's a cool angle. Imagine developers creating simulations of historical events or scenarios to analyze trends. It could be a goldmine.
Right, but then you also have the danger of manipulating data for the wrong reasons. The ethical implications are endless.
True, it leaves us questioning how we define authenticity in our data. What does it mean for something to be real?
I'm really curious about who gets to decide that in a system like DriftDB. It's such a slippery slope.
Yeah, and the repercussions could be massive. Like, imagine if bad data affects public policy decisions.
Yikes, that's a troubling thought. I'm starting to see that the implications extend far beyond just tech.
Absolutely, we're not just talking about a novel database. There are societal implications we can't overlook.
So if we put all this together, DriftDB isn't just innovating database tech. It's challenging our understanding of data integrity.
Right, and it leaves us with this big question. How do we balance innovation with ethical considerations? It's a tough nut to crack.
Agreed, I think this is just the beginning of the conversation. The more we learn, the more there is to question and explore.
Definitely, it's a thought-provoking topic, and it's got me wondering, where will technology take our understanding of data next?
Who knows? The future could be a fascinating blend of accountability and exploration. I can't wait to see how this unfolds.